Hey everybody, today I wanted to talk to you about how to get your cross bracing wire tight. All too often when you double wrap this, one of these legs will be loose, and it's really hard to get it tight if you don't know how to do it. Now, as you know from previous videos, I'm using these ratchets to do my cross bracing. We've all seen on farms going down the road and from our grandfathers and stuff like that, you know, a lot of those guys will use a piece of rebar and they'll put it in here and they'll just wrap it up and tension it, and it'll wrap around itself. And then when it gets to the end, they'll just prop it up against the post right here, and that'll keep it from unwinding. And there's no right way or wrong way to do this. This isn't right over this is what I'm saying, or this isn't wrong over that. It's personal preference. And I'm gonna give you the reason why I'm not using this. You've either gotta buy a piece of rebar or you gotta buy a ratchet. You gotta buy one or the other. This right here is dangerous in my opinion. When you wrap this thing up, there's tension on that wire. It's kind of like a rubber band. When you let a rubber band go and the rubber band unspins, well, this wire is not gonna unwind like a rubber band will, but it will unwind, you know, one revolution. And when you put this thing under tension by twisting this piece of rebar, and then you prop it up here to keep it from unwinding, you gotta put a nail or a staple or something in there to, you know, to keep it from coming loose. But most people don't. Most people just put it up there. Well, I don't think that's very attractive, having a rusty piece of metal sticking up there. And I'm going for more attractiveness over function. And this accomplishes the same thing. Now, if you don't nail this thing up here, a lot of people put a piece of cedar wood in there. Eventually that cedar is going to rot over, you know, many years. It's going to rot, and that thing's going to come loose. It's going to unwind one or two times, and it's going to cause enough looseness in your cross bracing wire to where your fence is going to, the pressure from your fence is going to pull it one way or the other. That's why you see corner posts on fences that are tilted one way or the other, because the cross bracing wire is no longer there, or they're not, you know, done correctly. But the biggest safety factor with this and me is I'm gonna have little kids here. And if this thing were sitting here and a little kid came and didn't realize what it was and took it and turned it, it could potentially unwind, you know, one time and thwop him in the head. And, you know, if there's enough tension on it, you know, you could even hurt yourself. This is just safer to me. Anyway, I just wanted to show you how to get all 4 wires tight, because it's real easy to get 3 of them tight and then one of them will be loose. You can see how all 4 wires are tight all the way around. Down at the bottom, all the way up, and all the way up to here. So this one's not tensioned correctly. You can see it's somewhat tight, but you see the slack down there at the bottom. And then if you come up here, you can see how it bows out, how there's slack in it. So there's 2 wires on top, and then there's 2 wires that cross underneath. Okay, this is an X pattern bracing, and I want all of my slack to be in this line right here. So this is the line that I'm going to be concentrating on. Let me show you. All right, so what I want to do is I want to concentrate on this wire, because this is the one I want all of my slack in. The 2 wires that go underneath, I'm going to step on each one individually, and while I'm stepping on, I'm going to be pulling on this, and that is going to give me the slack into this line out of this line. And I don't want to step on them both at the same time, because I'll be fighting it. So I want to step on each one individually. This one's got more slack in it, so I'm going to do this one first while I'm pulling on this top one. You can hear that slack. And look how much slack I just got out. Now I'm going to step on the top one. And you can hear it. And I'll do it again. All right, look how much slack I've got in this line. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ratchet this out, this slack out. While I'm holding on it to keep the, I want to keep the tension on the wire so that the slack doesn't go back in. Okay, I've still got a little slack, so I can do it again. Pull on this, you hear it? Again here, you heard it? Look, I've got another 6 inches of slack. And there you go. Nice and tight. So hopefully this helps you get your cross bracing wire tight, and thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.